بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم، والصلاة والسلام على محمد وآل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين. أولادنا الأعزاء طلاب المرحلة الأولى في كلية طب جامعة كربلاء، أهلا وسهلا بكم. هذه أول محاضرة للفيزيولوجي تأخذوها، إن شاء الله تكون فاتحة خير في سلسلة محاضرات السيل فيزيولوجي ضمن وحدة السيل يونت. بمحاضرتنا الاوتلاين مالتها راح نحكي على الليفل اوف اورجانيزيشن. في المحاضرة الأولى هذه راح نحكي على الليفل اوف ذا اورجانيزيشن، راح أول نسوي ديفاين للفيزيولوجي شنو، وإنه بالليفل اوف ذا اورجانيزيشن راح نحكي لكم على chemical composition and protoplasm of the cell and chemical composition of the protoplasm of the cell of the carbohydrate. This speak in this point is short only for important point in physiology, not in detail. In detail take by the biochemistry and cytology. Now speak of define the physiology. What's the physiology? Physiology is science describe how the organism is function and survive with continual changes in environment. This attempt to explain the specific characteristics and mechanism of the human body to make the living being. Any changes in this characteristics and mechanism cause disease. Level of the organization. It starts from the chemical level. At the atom combine to form molecule, and molecule combine to form micromolecule as protein. Micromolecule combine to form the cell, tissue, organ, and system. Organism or species. Different type of organism and species from the population, different multi-type of the organism from a population, different type of population as human, animal, and other from the community, different type of community from the ecosystem, and different type of the ecosystem from the biosphere and الفضاء. Now speak until from the chemical level. The matter is the meat of the atom. Combine the atom together, different type from the molecule. Combine the molecule from the macromolecule as the protein, and this macromolecule from the cell make up the cell. In this slide, show different type of element of atom in the body. Is very important to body. Any disturbance in this material and element and chemical material cause the disturbance in the body and human being and systemic disturbance and disease. Oxygen, carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, calcium, الفوسفورس potassium, silver, sodium, chloride, magnesium, and other. This is very important in special percentage. Any increase in this percentage cause hyperkalemia, hypernatremia, hyperchlorides, hypermagnesemia. And this in this percentage cause hypo, and this is called disturbance and disease. Also other material in the body in special percentage, any disturbance in this percentage cause toxic, as a copper, cobalt, fluoride, iodine, iron, manganese, selenium, silicon, and other, zinc, special percentage or concentration. This is the chemical. Other level is the cellular level. Cell is the basic simple unit for the life. Is the basic unit or building block for the human being. Cell is basic structure and the functional unit in the human being. Is many different type of the cell in the body. Nerve cell, muscle cell, body blood cell, receptor cell as a rod and cone cell in the eye, and hair cell in the ear, sperm, egg. So the cell is the simple unit of the life, building block of the life. The human body have 100 trillion of the type of the cell, different type of the cell. Some life have unicellular as a different type of unicellular, and other and animal and human have multicellular to form the. So from this picture show all cell of the human being start from the egg and sperm combine, ovum and sperm combine to form embryonic, mitosis, then embryonic, then complicated and combine to form different type of the cell, a nerve cell, blood cell, smooth muscle cell, adipose cell, epithelium cell of the intestine, skeletal cell, cardiac cell, osteo cell of the bone, and fibroblast of the connective tissue. All different cells come from this combined egg and sperm. Different type of the cell, or two type of the cell combine in form of specific function, and basic type from the tissue. Tissue is a group of the cells perform a specific function in the human body, and include epithelium, muscle, nerve, from the neuron, different type of neuron combine to the nerve tissue, connective tissue, and other. Other level is the organ. The organ consists of two or more tissue to perform a particular function. مثل heart, liver, stomach. Stomach have different type of the tissue, as the columnar epithelium, blood tissue, nervous tissue, connective tissue, and smooth muscle. Different type of tissue combine to form the systemic level. Systemic organ is associated with the organs that have combined function. The major system in the human body include digestive, nervous, endocrine, circulatory, respiratory, urinary, and reproductive. Digestive have different organs as the stomach, gallbladder, liver, small intestine, large intestine, combine to form the digestive system. This shows the level of the organization. From the atom combine to form the chemical molecule of the filament, protein of the cell, electron and myosin, And this actual myosin, complex protein of the cardiac muscle, from the atom, from the protein filament. Protein filament combine to form the cellular level of, and cell combine different type of the cardiac cell from the cardiac tissue. Cardiac muscle tissue combine to form the heart, and heart with the other vessel combine to form circulatory system. This is a level of the organization. Cell structure and the function. حكينا لكم بالسيل ليفل، قلنا لكم البيزك يونت وبيلدينج بلوك هي السيل in the body. Each organ have aggregated of many different cells together by intracellular supporting structure. Each organ has special cell, an intracellular supporting structure. Each type of the cell is specially adapted to perform one or more few particular function. بالcardiac contraction, بالnerve excitation, بالendocrine secretion and other. لكن هذه الخلايا حكينا راح يكون على الأيوكاريوتيك سيل. الأيوكاريوتيك سيل بها different structure, different organ, بها nucleus، بها cytoplasm and organelles، وبها cytoplasmic membrane. راح نحكي بالمحاضرة القادمة على structure as nucleus, organelles and cytoplasmic membrane. هاي المحاضرة راح نحكي few point important هي الwater is a principal fluid. medium for the cell. Very important medium in the cell. Consists between 70 to 80% of the total cell mass. قد يكون أكثر من 80. Electrolyte شفناها بالجدول شقد عناصر مهمة موجودة للخلية مثل الصوديوم، بوتاسيوم، كلورايد، مغنيسيوم، calcium and other. This electrolyte provide inorganic chemical for the cell reaction. Also electrolyte act as the cellular acting in the cell membrane transmission as a البروتين next to the water mass abound substance in the mast cell is protein. البروتين two functional type اللي هي structural protein and globular protein. الستراكشرال بروتين هو البروتين موجود داخل الخلية يكون لنا المايكروتوبولر which present the cell mainly in the form of long-term filament and microtubular and provide cytoskeleton of the cell and also in the cell membrane and also a lipid involved mainly in long-term energy storage. Involved mainly long-term energy storage. Also subclass of the lipid هي الترايغليسيرايد fatty acid phospholipid and steroid. The triglyceride consists of 1 glycerol and 3 fatty acid. Fatty acid typically consists of change of 16 to 18 carbon plus lot of hydrogen. In fatty cell, triglyceride often account as much as 95% بالfatty cell only and total cell mass. الفوسفوليبيد phosphate group substituted for the fatty acid, and this lipid is important compound for the cell membrane, very important in cell membrane. Steroid included testosterone, Carbohydrate الكربوهيدرات type include المونوسكرايد disaccharide and polysaccharide. المونوسكرايد مثل الجلوكوز. الدايسكرايد two monosaccharides linked together. Thank you. This is the end of this lecture.